Hi, this is Red Senshi, and we are back with another Bricky video. And this video is the every single Warhammer Space Marine Legion in a nutshell. Now,
to the people on the internet, the time has come. The reckoning begins. Your boy got himself a shaker cup. After many months of shilling gamer subs like mad, my favorite thing to do, we have ourselves a goddamn shaker cup.
Let's go.
The official Bricky waifu shaker cup. Do you see the gal?
Okay, I will say that art looks pretty awesome. And does anyone know the story behind this art? Is this an art of someone? Is this a Sisters of Battle artwork? I was gonna say it almost kind of looks like Vebe.
On here, if it's not great at focusing, I'm sure there'll be a thing in the background. Skater, put a thing in the background. Long white hair, absolutely. A bit more toned, abs, obviously. Bikini, hit it. Legally distinct mark on the face. Of course, she wants you to do the diddle thing, maybe, but most likely to serve in a glorious army. Legally distinct? I think so. The Bricky Shaker Cup is available now, and you should get it while it is hot.
Shaker
So you're
Cups.
thinking, Bricky, what should I put in this? Well, how about my top 10 favorite gamer subs flavors?
Okay, let's check it out. Black cherry, peach tea, strawberry daiquiri, guacamole gamer fart 9000. That is indeed a name. Cherry limesicle, Steven, he's emotional damage. Blue raz, acai blueberry, pina colada, strawberry lemonade. I never tried gamer subs. I was meaning to back in the sale, but I didn't get my paycheck in time. I might put it on my throne or something. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments.
From number 1 to number 10, all of them incredible, but listed regardless, and an addendum for those that are caffeine free. This shaker cup is available now in the description of this video. You may use code Bricky as well at checkout to get a discount
10%
on your
off.
order. A massive amount of profits goes to yours truly, and a huge thank you to Gamer Subs for sponsoring.
I like Bricky's
and
haircut
for getting
here.
me this beautiful,
Is it just
beautiful
me?
cup. Go out there and get it. I'm gonna take one more sip for the camera.
His haircut
slow it
seems
down,
different
throw
from the
some
previous
sexy
videos.
music in there, and I'll see you
Oh
guys
my.
soon. Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, currently stuck in the walls of the most
Bit of
prestigious
fan service
school
for
in the
y'all.
Imperium by punishment for falling asleep during class. God bless the Skull of Progenium. Many of you have come
God
across my
bless.
Every Faction Explained video. Firstly, thank you. Secondly, we
Thank
are
you for
here
that
to
video,
dig
Bricky.
a little deeper. Space Marines are the quintessential poster boys of Warhammer 40,000. When people think 40K, they think Space Marines, but there are many types of Space Marines, formed from 20 separate legions.
Okay, so 20. Because before, someone mentioned was 18. So there's 20 legions. Okay. Also, this is also how I discovered or got interested in Warhammer by playing Space Marine 2.
We are going to rattle them off in order and give you a quick rundown of each one. A disclaimer, like in my Every Faction Explained video, this is a mix of accuracy and memes. If I say the Salamanders Legion specializes in hugging children and petting puppies, they aren't exactly doing that, mostly.
But are the nicest, I've heard.
I would like to pet this creature.
But you can infer that they care about civilians and are
Yeah, so I've heard that the Salamanders are the most morally good out of all the legions.
a bit kinder than the average Space Marine. A Space Marine being a genetically modified super soldier that's had 1,000,000 new and terrifying organs shoved into them, refrigerators strapped to their bodies, and are so far above the average human that they are referred to as demigods instead. Each Space Marine has a father, unlike you, a Primarch.
Okay, that was offensive.
which is basically an even bigger space marine that was forged in a lab by the god emperor of mankind, that gigantic golden dude you see everywhere, who is both the leader
Sanguinius?
and now the martyr of humanity. The Primarchs are his 20
Oh, wait, no,
sons,
that's
built
Vicky.
in a lab, who lead 20 legions of space marines, who are their sons, not from a lab, but rather a dissection table, giving them the powers and skills of their associated Primarch via a gene seed, a special organ carrying the genetic makeup of their Primarch and, you know, their seed. So Jagatai Khan of the White Scars has the genetic makeup that wants him to go really, really fast. Then his sons, the Space Marines, also want to go really fast. I should note that I am only referring to the legions this time around. If you're interested in sub-factions like, let's say, the Black Templars, then it's not going to be here. However, I do have a excellent Black Templar video. I'd argue it's probably the most accurate one I can think of. It goes through the whole lore, everything about them. It's a very long video, and I'll put it in the description. Just look up Black Templar video in the description. You'll get what you need. And now, with the easy explanation out of the way, let us begin with our first legion.
Dark Angels.
Dark Angels. Allegiance, loyal.
Uh-oh.
Lion L. Johnson,
His name sounds familiar.
a duelist, a knight, a real asshole, I'm not gonna lie. The single word descriptor, paranoid. The Dark Angels are our first legion, hailing from the death world known as Caliban.
Calablam.
Lion L. Johnson is what happens when you try to make the side profile Chad meme into a genuine character. He is a master tier duelist, a brilliant strategist, and an overall dick. There are few
Oh, I love his random callouts.
situations he isn't prepared for, and few fights he isn't ready to lead head on. This makes the Dark Angels have a very Knights of the Round Table vibe. They look like the knights of old with these
They
large
do.
suits, power armor, often donning robes and hoods. Their names also follow this. They have like Ezekiel, Azrael, Belial,
Almost like
Samuel,
biblical
and
names.
so on. However, the common thing associated with Dark Angels are the Fallen, a part of their faction that turned traitor against the Imperium, and they are very heavily trying to expunge all knowledge of them from existence. Fallen? What Fallen? Never heard of any Fallen. Do you know about the Fallen? We're gonna take you away and mind probe you to make sure you have never heard of the Fallen. They definitely don't exist, and if they do exist, which they don't, we will find them even though they don't exist. They love their interrogations. They thrive in it. Lionel Johnson is a scorched earth policy sometimes, and
I just had to keep pausing because I'm looking at the art.
it's given to his sons in force, which makes sense considering that when the Lion heard of a Chaos Primarch on the homeworld different Primarch, whose mom was there, he was like,
Oh no.
let's nuke it. The Dark Angels are a special group where they formulate themselves into 3 different factions. The Deathwing Terminators, slow-moving, tough phalanx. The Raven Wing, fast jet bikes and flyers. And the Green Wing, which is your standard Marines. They are a jack of all trades, but not in the sense where they're good at everything, but rather
So, from this information, with each Space Marine Legion, they specialize in weapons or vehicles, it seems like.
they have a lot of things that are good at specific things. Like instead of 20 people that have a multi-tool, they instead have 20 people with gigantic power tools for every job imaginable. If you like being suspicious about everyone and everything in your surroundings, but you also like to have a whole lot of deep knight type lore, run the Dark Angels.
The One Piece! The One Piece is
It's
real!
real!
Our second legion is a special one.
Bricky, are you okay?
See, yeah.
Emperor's
The numbers all
children.
go to 11.
The Emperor's Children. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Fulgrim, a perfectionist.
Oh, the pink fellas. Well, more like purple.
An artist, a sneaky snaky snake, and the single
Sneaky
word descriptor,
snake.
perfection. The Emperor's Children are all about the pursuit of perfection. Perfection in all they do.
Perfectionists.
Perfection in war, in artistry, and perfection in every
But what
other
if-
aspect of life.
what if
Their
something's
armor
not
is a
perfect?
gleaming
What do they
pink,
do?
Purple and gold. Their ships have spires.
Oh, that's very slay. That is a very flamboyant color combination.
Gorgeous marble and gold statues in their honor. Fulgrim is a man who believes the pursuit of perfection is the goal of all things, and I mean, look at him. Can you truly tell me that he is not perfect? The hair, the features.
He does have beautiful white locks, like a certain someone.
40K had a guy that would give you the best sex you've ever had.
Excuse
and never
me?
Call you back. This is the fucking guy.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is
he
why
probably
the
swings
pursuit of
both
decadence
ways.
led them to the evils of chaos. Yes. Emperor's Children are our first Chaos Legion, and not just a normal one. One devoted to, you guessed it, Slaanesh, the Prince of Pleasure, God of unspeakable excess.
That's
the Emperor's
why.
Children in their pursuit are now horrifyingly mutated beings through Slaanesh's great will. They torture and maim to feel perfection through pain. They screech and attack
So they're
with
one of the
sonic weaponry for
bad
perfection
Space
through
Marines.
sound,
Okay.
and they slaughter, aiming for perfection in war.
The
Fulgrim
heretics.
himself
Excuse
lost
me.
the battle against Slaanesh as a demon sword corrupted his mind and transformed him into the sexy man he was, into the sexy snake he is now. A demon
Chat, would you?
Primarch, corrupted and bringing his legion's will by himself. As far as Emperor's Children go, they are some bad people. They do horrible things to anyone and everything. In fact, they're such trolls that their battle cry is for the Emperor, despite being horribly mutated and corrupted. If you've ever taken a little too much of a drug, or maybe
Not
the
the
music or
gummies.
concert was too loud and you didn't bring any
Honestly, I'm
earplugs,
kinda
or whatever
curious,
the
but, you know,
reason,
they're
take
not
all those
legal
things
here.
and you dial it and you dial it and you twist it and the knob breaks, and that is the Emperor's Children.
God is dead.
Iron
God
Warriors.
is dead, and we have killed him.
The Iron Warriors. Allegiance, traitor. Primarch, Perturabo, a warlord, a siege smith, an incel. Single word.
Is this guy one of the 4chan folks?
Descriptor, siege. Continuing the trend of our Chaos Legions, we have the Iron Warriors led by Primarch Perturabo of Olympia. To understand the Iron Warriors, though, one must first understand Perturabo. A man so bitter, coffee beans run for light. A man who hates the world and everyone in it, who never got recognition for his deeds, who hates his brothers and hates their accomplishments even more. Someone so laughably petty, so incredibly bitter that he goes full circle to becoming likable. Why? Because he's competent. The Horus heresy. We didn't talk about the Horus heresy.
Yes, I haven't gotten into it. Here we go.
So Horus was the Emperor's favorite son, right? When else the Emperor walked into his room. Horus said, Dad, I just gifted 150 subs to Amaranth, and she said my name a ton, and she loved me for it. I really think that I might get to meet her one day. And it kind of played out something like this.
Your feelings for her are not real. They are real to me!
And then it started playing out a little bit more like this.
This is what I appreciate about Bricky, which I know is not the taste of some people. A lot of his way of storytelling Warhammer is very satirical. It's very easy to absorb. And that's why I mostly just go for his videos for all the Warhammer lore videos that I've done so far. But some of y'all have suggested West Hammer and a couple more others.
Let the seas boil. Let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood.
Yeah. So Iron Warriors, the Horus heresy wouldn't have gotten shit done without Peter Turbo. Imagine an entire faction that is the personification of brutal industrialism, where you serve the Legion until your dying breath. You build and you kill and you siege and you kill and you literally summon demons just to take them and trap them in machines and use them as cannon fodder. This is a thing they do. They summon demons to trap and use as shock troops. The Iron Warriors are siege warfare incarnate. They are heavy weapons. They are tanks. They are
Oh, my kind of style.
turrets, and they don't die. They hate Imperials. They hate Imperial fists.
Do you need a pacifier, Iron Baby? No! No, I don't!
They are bitter incarnate.
They have the heavy
Perturabo
bolter
and the Iron
guns.
Warriors don't serve the Chaos Gods because they like them. They serve them because fuck you.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
Not another speeding ticket. I'll fight it in court, but I don't think
Gotta
they're gonna
go
accept gotta go
fast.
fast as a medical condition.
The White Scars. Allegiance.
Oh,
Loyalist.
red and white.
Primarch, Jagatai Khan, a speed demon, a plain strider, a roast god. Single word descriptor, speed. Hailing from Chagoris. The White Scars are all about speed. They love melee, but they love it even more when they are doing it from a motorcycle or a land speeder. Or honestly, just
I like the Akira
running really damn fast. The White
crossover.
Scars are honestly forgotten about a lot, and that's lore accurate. They are a legion that doesn't seek the recognition or glory from the combat.
just wanna go
engage in.
fast.
They engage in it because it is their duty and because they love it. Not in the insane slaughter enjoyment of loving it, but in the thrill of the fight. They are known as the laughing killers because they ride into battle with a smile on their
So
face.
he
and a
seems to be
chuckle in
inspired
their
from
throat. And as you can
Genghis
tell by their
Khan.
Primarch's name, they are Mongol.
Because Genghis Khan, historically, right, he's mostly into the thrill of the hunt.
Mongolian based. Remove horses and replace them with motorcycles and land
Yeah.
spears, and that's your style. They are heavily based on the old times of Genghis Khan, and
There you
it's
go.
40k and everybody's evil. You know, that fits. The White Scars are actually physical scars on their body, going back to their heritage on Chagoris. The Khan himself is kind of a dickhead, but a reasonable one. He thinks ahead, he's intelligent, he's patient. He is often underestimated because he doesn't scream his accomplishments from the rooftops, which is what makes him and the White
Humble
Scars
king.
dangerous. His skills are kept at bay, only to be truly shown when the time is needed. The White Scars are a forgotten legion often, but that doesn't diminish their accomplishments. All it does is surprise those who underestimate them. Speed, awesome Mongolian vibe they got going on.
Yeah.
And if you really like to stab people, that's the White Scars for you.
Under promise and over deliver. Always wins.
Shameless thirst break.
This is dog. Woof, 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 woof.
The space
The
furries!
Space Wolves. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Leman Russ. A Viking, a Savage, the Undertaker. Single word descriptor, wolf, 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 wolf. The so many goddamn wolf units. Skater, how
Beowulf.
many units in the Space Wolves Codex have the word wolf in their name? The Space Wolves are the 6th Legion and hail from Fenris, a frozen wasteland of a world with their Primarch, Leman Russ. I don't really need to spend a whole lot of time talking about the Space Wolves because it's very obvious who they
So
are.
they're a
They are the
giant
second
space
most,
wolves?
Like, obvious what their shtick is Legion in the 20 Legions, besides the World Eaters. When you look at the Space Wolves, behind, what do you see? Do you see Vikings in space? You've done it. Congratulations, you have found Vikings in space. But they have as much
that's
in
them in
common
a
with a regular
nutshell.
Marine as an all-day Viking with like a Roman soldier. You see, as a Space Marine, your body is so enhanced that you filter out poison, and so you can't get drunk. The Space Wolves distill a special mead out of a horrible poisonous plant that would kill a normal human so they could get drunk. They have fangs in their mouths.
Sounds
they
like
sometimes cannibalize
a
their
Viking would
enemies.
do.
Yeah, sometimes they eat people because they gain knowledge about them from there and about battle plans. The Space Wolves are savages. They're
Oh my god, they got the Wolverine weapon. Oh. Okay, my favorite Space Marine Legion now.
raiders. They're Vikings. But despite
Right.
all of this, they are loyal to their core. Leman Russ is an egotistical guy who just shouts stories and tales
Every Primarch just
of
seems
his
to be a fucking
accomplishments
dick.
everywhere they can. But at the same time, he was so damn loyal that instead of gunning down his foes, he hit him with a fucking backbreaker to show his devotion to wrestling. If you like Vikings in space, you found it. Play the Vikings in space.
We're gonna build the wall. We have no choice.
The
We have
Imperial
no choice. Build
Fisters!
that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall.
The Imperial Fists. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Rogel Dorn. A builder, a phalanx, and he needs a hand. Single word descriptor, fortify. The Imperial Fists are led by Primarch Rogel Dorn, their homeworld of Inuit. However, they themselves are actually a fleet-based chapter, with their main source
that
of
is
recruitment coming
drippy.
from an enormous moon-sized ship called the Phalanx. The Fists are a chapter you think of when you think of duty. They love to serve. The love to serve and the inability to be moved. Rogel Dorn is an architect.
Wait, almost looks like Captain America.
master builder and basically a rock
Cyclops.
in brain and body. A lack of humor or ability to lie shows that he is as blunt as the weapons of war he creates, not the swords he makes.
You
but
don't
like
wanna mess with
blunt,
that
strong
guy.
Weapons. The fists are the same. Take your archetypical American Marine style look, a buzz cut, a hard sense of duty, and then throw in some power armor and a love for building defenses, and you have the Imperial fists. They are immovable. When you find a spot,
monks.
they're ready to defend. You can't breach them. Their knowledge of defensive warfare is paramount. Without them, the Horus heresy would have been so much more effective, but thanks to their insane and immovable tenacity, the Imperium lives today. And let's not forget that Iron Warrior and Imperial Fist rivalry. Want to know why the Iron Warriors are so bitter? These guys are the reason why.
Hey, guys, bring the thing! Where is he going? Hey! Hey, that could have killed me! Hey, guys! We missed! Get another!
Dorn and Perturabo are basically two sides of the same coin. One is just a bit more level-headed and got better jobs. If you want to be defensive, to be good at everything Space Marines are good at, bolters, heavy weapons, vehicles, you want a classic military fighting force, start fisting.
I am having a very bad day. Today is one of the worst days.
Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. The Night Lords. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Conrad Kurz. A sadist, a vigilante, depresso espresso. Single word, fear. The Night Lords are my favorite legion, hailing from Nostromo and their Primarch, Conrad Kurz. They are a traitor legion from a planet known as the Sunless World, or the World of Endless Night. Nostromo is a horrible hive city that is known for being host to some of the worst
What does it say? Hold on. Shut the fuck up. I know this says Necro Munda. Eat my Yeti looking ass. For all the people going, actually, in his comments.
Violence, murder, and working conditions around. The only thing keeping the population in check is the suicide rate. The Night Lords followed in the footsteps of their Primarch, a man who believed in a twisted sense of justice and that the only way to make humans
So it sounds like a typical villain. And a sadist.
compliant is through fear. The Legion's lesson has been lost on them as their
Okay, not gonna lie, those art designs are really sick. Like the teeth and the open mouth on the shoulder pads or shoulder braces.
ranks were repopulated by gang members, murderers, arsonists, torturers, and other words I can't say on YouTube, as young as 12 years old. Murderers before they were even teenagers.
That's illegal!
Raised to become demigods. Now, fear is what they sow, and flesh is what they reap. The Night Lords are scum. They are the exact opposite of all other legions. They torture and they maim and they flay.
Which chaos god do they worship, I wonder?
They run away often so they can come back and kill you with more numbers. They prey on the innocent and the weak. They kill normal civilians because it's easy and flee any battle where they don't possess overwhelming odds. They are the antithesis of normal space
So
marines.
a bunch of
They
pussies.
are scum. One time, a world did not comply to their demands, so they raided one of their ships and brought it into atmosphere. The crowds cheered and clapped as it appears that they had won the battle. And the airlocks opened, and the skinned and flayed bodies of the crew were thrown down in the populace. In other words, a legion of gangers and criminals. Add together a heavy Slavic influence to
Like
them.
space pirates. Oh no! Slavic space pirates! The Blood Angels!
Come over here.
What does it matter? You bring them over, you kill them.
Guys, do you think I'd fit in here?
The Blood Angels.
I kind of like
Allegiance,
the Iron Fist
loyal.
too.
Primarch,
Wait, Iron Fist? Imperial Fist.
Sanguinius, an angel, a vampire, a dead-ass motherfucker. Single word descriptor, blood. The Blood Angels are 9th Legion, hailing from the homeworld of Baal with their Primarch Sanguinius. The Blood Angels are a tragic tale with one of the best Primarchs, one beloved by almost everybody, a genuine angelic figure who led his people to glory, killed by the hands of the traitor Horus before the Emperor's eyes. The death of their Primarch led the entire Legion to madness as their gene seed malfunctioned and created something known as the Black Rage. The Blood Angels degrade over time, experiencing something called the Red Thirst, which gives them a genuine vampiric thirst for blood. As their minds degrade and break down, they get angrier and angrier, becoming berserk killing machines with no other goal than to tear everything in sight apart. But they don't see it as that. They see themselves there, at their Primarch's demise, with Horus in sight. And to them, it's time for vengeance.
Vengeance! The Red Thirst! The Red Thirst! I am kind of thirsty, so I'm gonna drink some water.
That Space Marine over there, that Chaos Space Marine, that's Horus. Kill him. That Orc War Boss over there, Horus. Kill him. That Tyranid Swarm,
Everyone's Horus?
Horuses. Horai! Kill them all! Did your toaster
Horai!
get burnt? Horus sabotaged your toaster. Destroy the toaster. Destroy it. Do it.
Oh,
Do it.
no.
Kill your toaster. Do it. This slow, debilitating disease takes over the Blood Angels and it gives them this
that's
angelic,
sad.
vampire, and Catholic-inspired imagery. They have chalices of blood. They rest in coffins and can even use
Airbnb!
to sprout angel wings from their bodies. They are a tragedy through and through, and the only thing that will look more tragic are the mangled bodies of those they come in contact with.
I got a diesel engine, and honey, we forgot
We have Imperial Fist, Iron Hands. We also have the Iron Warriors. Iron Warriors, Iron Hands. So those are two different legions, okay.
We're gonna take your job away.
The Iron Hands. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Ferrus Manus, a machinist, an inventor, and not a great head on his shoulders. Single word, Bionics.
Cyberpunk Legions.
From the home planet of Medusa and their Primarch, Ferrus Manus. Does Ferrus Manus have an iron hand? You fucking know he's
Big
got
iron on his hip.
The Iron
What about his
Hands
hip?
believe that the flesh is weakness. But despite all of their enhancements,
That's
despite all
basically
of the
like
things that made them
Cyberpunk.
demigods, replacing some of the flesh with
Yeah.
bionics will allow them to serve the Emperor more.
Humanity
They go
weak,
hard
machine
into
power.
vehicles and dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts being giant walking sarcophagi that have wounded
I wanna
space
build a
marines
dreadnought,
piloting
you
them from
guys.
the inside. Vehicles, metal upgrades. These are the things that make up this legion. Their tech marines have servo arms sticking out from all directions. They have a wide array of mechanics and extremely often replace limbs with metal ones, serving all kinds of different functions to deal with their enemies. The Iron Hands are also not particularly nice. They're kind of assholes. I mean, Marines are already normally pretty
Who aren't?
assholes, but they're a little bit up
Who
there
isn't?
because of their flesh, civilians.
All
made of
right,
flesh.
it's a bit like anti-flesh, anti-human.
Because you see, the flesh
Weak?
is weak.
Yeah.
Flesh is corruptible. Bionics, the strength of the machine is pure.
Hey girl, let me show you my Bionicle collection.
And cannot so easily be corrupted. So if you want people who have this little techno fetishistic vibe to them, that love their vehicles and their walking coffins, hit up the Iron Hands.
You understand, Commander? I was never here.
Legion 11.
Bricky, are you good? Please stand by. Oh no, we're not good.
Why, hello there. I have returned from,
Oh.
touching grass. I know. I'm pretty cool with the grass touching. Now let's continue our Warhammer
Looks like he
lecture.
just got back from holiday.
My jammies!
Okay, so what's going on here?
I am a super sandwich!
The World Eaters. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Angron. A butcher, a slaughter.
Oh, here we go. I've been wanting to learn about Angron for a while now. World Eaters. Some of these names are kind of hard to remember. Like there's the Iron Hands. There's the Iron Warriors.
Slaughterer.
Like extremely, earth-shatteringly, unreasonably fuck-ass mad.
Single word descriptor.
Yes.
Anger. Hey you.
The maddest.
Yeah, you. Are you mad? Do you just fucking hate everything? Do you want to murder everything in sight and get rewarded for doing so? Then you should join the World Eaters. Home planet of Nuceria and Primarch Angron, who, if the name didn't suggest, is real fucking angry. Angron was raised a slave, forced to fight in gladiator pits. When he refused, they shoved old world tech into his brain, so that if he ever felt any emotion other than anger, it caused him extreme pain. All his sons, wanting to be like their dad, also put a version of these nails in their brain. So now you have an entire legion
They're
who
just
literally
angry.
feel unimaginable pain if they are feeling any emotion other than anger. Slap them with a freight train of armor, 2 goddamn chainsaw axes, and you can see what's gonna happen.
Why would you? Who would want to join this legion? Who? Hulk? Maybe? Maybe the Hulk would fit this legion.
They're corrupted by corn. They're honestly a surprisingly sad legion that I actually screwed up in assuming that they were all just angry murderers. I mean, they are, but they didn't start out that way. Their corn corruption degraded their intelligence, their free will, and made powerful warriors
goddamn
into
corn.
even more powerful warriors, but
corn
the
corruption,
ones like frothing at the mouth psycho warriors. The World Eaters, like I mentioned, the Space Wolves, they wear their concept on their sleeve. They are angry. They want to kill things. They want to kill you and maybe some of their friends, and that's the faction. They're red, they're mad, they're gonna run at you. And
hey, I'm red, but I'm not mad. I am sometimes. Whenever, you know, chat misbehaves.
and cause death. If you like that, you play the World Eaters. Or you like it because they were, you know, at one point a lot better than that. Most of Warhammer was a lot better than that. I was once a lot better than that. That was when I was in college.
Oh no, Bricky, don't go into your past.
Finished college, and neither did Angron.
Ultramarines.
I'll cut your balls off.
The Ultramarines. Allegiance.
Don't cut your balls
Loyalists.
off.
Primarch Rabute Gilliman. That's how it's said. An analyst, a diplomat, a blueberry boy scout. Single word
Blueberry Boy Scout.
duty. When you see Space Marines on a box or just Space Marines in promotional material, notice how they are
That's
always
them.
colored blue. These are the blue
Ultramarines.
Space Marines. These
So
ones here,
Titus and the
Ultramarines,
others,
who hail from
yeah.
the world of Macrog with their Primarch Rabute Gorilla Man. Ultramarines are the white bread of Space Marines. the grilled chicken with salt
The
and pepper.
basic
This is by no
bitches.
means an insult. They are plain Jane, but that's also because they are so goddamn good at their job. Their skill for warfare is paramount, but so is their ability for leadership. Gilliman for a while was a damn boring Primarch for all the reasons he was great, because no matter how hard you try, you don't win a war without logistics, without supply lines, without trade routes, without infrastructure and economy. You don't win anything without all that stuff, and Gilliman knows it, which is why he has one of the largest standing empires in the Imperium, named Ultramar, which is why his sons are the most recognizable of all the Space Marines, which is why the only thing that rivals the weight of their victories is the weight of their egos. They are good at everything and bad at nothing. They are great at everything. Other legions can do other things better than them, but they are good at everything. The most interesting thing about the Ultramarines is their characters, as they are all now inflicted with various amounts of ultra depression.
Oh no.
Gilliman is, at the time of recording, the only player Primarch currently on the tabletop, and the only one that has returned to the 41st millennium for the Loyalist side. He took one look at what his empire has become and immediately wanted to fucking die. Being forced to lead everything he once hated, an Imperium rotten to its core, with his sole responsibility to
Gilliman becoming a Lord Commander 30k. Gilliman becoming a Lord Commander 40k. Not the fake smile.
save it is kind of what makes him interesting. They are a perfectly standard legion with perfectly standard ideals, and great if you want a simple, clean slate.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
Death Guard.
Funny. Woo.
The
I don't think I've
Death
heard
Guard.
of them.
Allegiance,
Like, oh my god, they're kind of like. Do they worship Necron?
Heretic, Primarch,
Yeah.
Mortarian, a Reaper, a Poison, an
Oh, a
ungodly
Reaper.
stench. Single word descriptor, rot. The Death Guard hail from Barbaros
Or,
with the
hold on, Barbos, do they worship Papa Nurgle?
Primarch Mortarium. The 14th Legion were known for their incredible resilience to damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Where the Imperial fists were defensive thanks to tactics and posturing, the Death Guard were resilient because they could take a punch or a gut shot or a cannon to the chest and just keep on moving. They are slow, yet they are resistant, which was only confounded as a Death Guard captain, Typhus, codename Dickhead, sold them out to Nurgle, god of rot and decay. Now, the Death Guard are a Nurgle-worshipping infected legion.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Papa Nurgle, you know, Mike Wazowski looking fellas.
Whose ability to feel pain and take damage has all but just gone away. They wade through gunfire, able to kill normal Marines 10 times over and continue unharmed, all while spreading rot and disease in the name of their dark, very stinky master. Were the Death Guard...
Speaking of rot, did you guys know brain rot was a word of the day, according to Oxford Dictionary?
Enter, plague spreads. People get sick and they die. They spread debilitating disease to all around them. Why would a legion need to be anything more than very tanky when their enemies are falling over, puking, firing out of both ends, and having their skin peel off just by their presence?
That's the
Entire
worst.
worlds infested with a zombie rot, swarms of insects that eat flesh and metal alike, all while the legion advances slowly, painfully, allowing the disease they spread to take its toll before they reap the lives they believe belong to them.
Man, I'd rather be defeated by a space marine like fast, you know, shot in the head, not puke, vomits, wrath, and pain, and then eventually tortured or stepped on or whatever. This seems awful.
And look at Mortarian's model, dude. The man is baller as fuck.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty sick.
Moth with a gigantic scythe. Come on now. The Death Guard.
For my next trick!
1,000 Suns.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
The Thousand Sons. Allegiance? Heretic. Primarch? Magnus the Red. A scholar. A sorcerer. A fucking nerd. Single word descriptor? Magic. The Thousand Sons hail from their homeworld of Prospero, with their Primarch Magnus the Red. The final of our 4 major Chaos God factions, the Thousand Sons are disciples of Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways. Heavily inspired by their Egyptian theming, the Legion themselves are slaves to the god of trickery and change. Most of them no longer even having a physical form, reduced to just dust.
Oh, are they the Legion we were fighting against in Space Marine 2? Oh, yes. Okay, I remember now. It's been a while.
Piloting suits of armor at the whim of a sorcerer leader. The Thousand Sons do not deserve their fate. There's a common joke that Magnus did nothing wrong. This is untrue. He has done much wrong. However, he is very sympathetic.
I've seen those in the comments.
The Space Wolves and Leman Russ sought to end their rivalry through the annihilation of their legion, escaping only through the assistance of the Changer of Ways, and forever changed because of it. Meanwhile, magic is their main tool. Take some Lovecraftian style abilities, the eyes everywhere, and potent spells to be cast at their foes, whether these are bolts of psychic lightning, reversing time itself, opening up portals to unreality, or changing the very fabric of the universe. The Thousand Sons sorcery knows no bounds, and they are very good at it. If you're a fan of like wizards, your classic style of spellcaster, and you want a ton of them, combined with a tragic backstory and a Primarch who, like Mortarion, looks fucking baller, the Thousand Sons are for you.
You fucking asshole! There's no
Sons of Horus. Oh, here we go.
Sore loser. You're a cheater. My dad works at Nintendo!
The Sons of Horus, or the Luna Wolves, or the Black Legion. Allegiance?
So a lot of
Heretic.
names.
Primarch? Horus, a warlord, a treasured friend, or the traitor himself. Single word descriptor, assault.
The saltiest motherfucker.
The Sons of Horus are the formal name of Horus's legion, hailing from the world of Chthoniya. The Sons of Horus themselves were...
So just to get this right, a lot of those planets that the Chaos Legions were from have been blown up.
Assault troops. The strength of their attack was some of the most powerful in the legions. While the White Scars may favor speed for their strikes, the Sons of Horus were known for their overall offensive power. power. It was even said that if the Sons of
Highest
Horus
deeps.
met the Imperial fists, they would be at a stalemate for eternity. However, the Sons of Horus are no longer because, well...
Yes.
They are now instead the Black Legion, led by Abaddon the Despoiler, who claims to succeed where his father failed. The Black Legion are still an offensive and assault-based force, but they act much like the Ultramarines, but for chaos. Your standard black and brass Space Marine, who are known for recruiting in all different kinds of avenues. Anyone can become a member of the Black Legion. Anyone can swear allegiance to the War Master. You gain
Sign me the
favor by
fuck up,
not
bro.
just one, but all 4 gods equally. Their famous line, "Let the galaxy burn," is the best way to describe them. It doesn't matter what the outcome is, so long as the Imperium dies.
So this is a topic we have to get into because I'm curious about, like, you know, which obviously you guys don't have to explain the comments since maybe I'll do a video on it. I want to get into the whole shebang of the Horus heresy and how it all started. I remember I read it from the previous videos, but you know, memory retention, it's kind of hard. I have to reread it. I have to go through it again.
The Black Legion has done its job. They are a legion formed from hatred and spite, with a clear goal in mind, as the Dark Gods are calling, and the Black Legion are sure to answer.
Hello. Do you have a moment to talk about our
Word
faith in
bearers.
No.
The Word Bearers. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Lorgar Aurelian. A preacher, a fanatic, a choir boy. Single word
A choir
descriptor,
boy.
zeal. If the Black Legion answer the call of the Dark Gods, what if instead you decide to call the gods first? Well, then the Word Bearers are for you. The 17th Legion, led by Primarch Lorgar on the planet of Colchis.
Okay.
Originally obsessed with worshiping the Emperor of Mankind as a god, they found that despite his divinity, he was not worthy of worship because, you know, he raised their equivalent of Jerusalem to the ground for daring to worship him. Like, could you imagine if God actually showed up and was just like, Jerusalem is stupid, it just destroyed the whole thing? Like, what would that do to your head? But there are gods that want worship and will reward those who do. The Word Bearers are chaos worshippers to a T. All chaos gods. They specialize in demonic rituals, the summoning of demons, and the mutual
like
possession of their
Satanists.
own troops. They welcome demons to their bodies to fight as one. They exalt the dark gods themselves for aid, and guess what? They answer. In the world of 40K, Satan doesn't just call you back. He hops in his GT Mustang and he crashes on your couch. In the world of 40K, your rituals will end with genuine results. The Word Bearers know this. They know through sacrifices, through devotion, through dark baptism, the gods will answer and they will be rewarded. So they use it. They bring forth demons. They bring forth possessions.
So
they
the
bring
Space
forth
Marine
the power of the
demons.
Neverborn, the damned, and those that
They must be
hide
hella
in the
powerful.
dark to bear against the Imperium. Lorgar sits there, smiling, as the truth he always knew, the existence of gods and the importance of faith is a reality. It is a tool he is using to rend the galaxy.
Dear Sir Stroke
The
Madam.
Salamanders.
Fire! Exclamation mark. Fire! Exclamation mark. Help me!
The Salamanders. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Vulcan, a forge master, a behemoth, a very huggy boy. Single word
A cuddly
descriptor,
boy.
fire. The Salamanders hail from Nocturne, a volcanic planet home to their Primarch Vulcan. They are the largest of the Space Marines, not due to numbers, but rather size. Vulcan, he is an enormous slab of beef, by far the largest of all Primarchs. However, don't let his size fool
Oh my god, we need a Primarch size comparison.
you, as he is also the kindest. Salamanders have the juxtaposition of looking frightening, being larger than other Marines, while also boasting
So like, probably a bad metaphor, but gentle giants.
an ashy, like coal color skin and blazing red eyes, while simultaneously carrying around all manner of flame weaponry. So your average civilian might be spooked, but in reality, they are by far the kindest of all the legions to those civilians. Vulcan believes that to safeguard the Imperium is to, at the end of the day, safeguard its people. So unlike other legions who put their lives far and above the average human, the Salamanders spend significantly more time trying to save them, often taking numerous losses by doing so. They are very independent as well. They're forgers.
Love the Nier music.
Maintaining their own weapons and crafting versions of it. They also have the very rare privilege of being able to see their families even after becoming a space marine. They care, which is the funny part.
So, the only space marines who have empathy for civilians, maybe? They seem the most human, at least in terms of emotions.
Because the 7.5 foot tall giant with flaming red eyes who just reduced a traitor to bubbling metal says, "You have nothing to fear, young citizen. Take my hand."
Aww.
If you enjoy fire, melting things, and being the nicer of the Marines, Salamanders are for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn between the Salamanders and the Imperial Fist. I keep thinking Iron Fist. Imperial Fist.
Saga, sneak attacks don't work if you yell it out loud.
The Raven Guard.
The Flankers.
Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Corvus Corax. A raven, a shadow. An industrial dance DJ. Single word descriptor? Stealth. The Raven Guard are the final Loyalist Legion at 19 and hail from the planet Deliverance with Primarch Corvus Corax. If it hasn't been made clear enough already, the Raven Guard are stealth specialists and proficient in all manners of assassination.
How can you be stealthy with those big
jump
suits?
pack and double lightning claw look is, well, not very stealthy.
Yeah.
They are named after, of course, the Raven and embody the entire concept of it as a herald of death. They are stealthy, patient hunters that have no problem with waiting and waiting until the moment to strike is at hand. It's not easy being a stealth faction when your stealth involves people in 1 ton of power armor, but they find a way. That, more than anything, should not be used to show how ridiculous 40k is, even though it is, but rather to show how good the Raven Guard are at their jobs. It's not about them sneaking around you without being seen, but it's also about them having lied in wait for so long that it wasn't until they were in striking distance that you even realized they had been there.
Almost
and
like
also,
campers.
You want, edgelord Marines with a long black haircut, pale skin, ravens everywhere. If you want to field assassins and snipers abound, then the Raven Guard are for you.
He could be in this very room. He could be.
So not a lot of information on that legion, though. I wonder how they would do on the tabletop.
You. It could be me. It could be
Alpha Legion. Oh, the last one.
Whoa! What? It was obvious.
The Alpha Legion. Allegiance? Heretic.
Ah. Oh!
Primarch? Alfarius and Omegon. Saboteurs, destabilizers, they're in your walls. Single word descriptor, espionage. Finally, the 20th Legion, the Alpha Legion, led by Alfarius and Omegon. The only Legion to have 2 Primarchs who were split as twins. The Alpha Legion are heretical, we think, and specialize in destabilization of society and armies. Their entire shtick is the Hydra, because when you cut off one head, 2 more take its place. All of the Alpha Legion look exactly like their Primarch. Olive skin, shaved head. All claim to be Alfarius. All are liars. They make the largest use of sleeper cells and cultists in the Chaos Space Marine factions because it's extremely easy to take over a planet when you
poison our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto our houses.
Where the Raven Guard use stealth and sabotage to eliminate their enemies, the Alpha Legion prefer to weaken them over time with sleeper agents, impersonations, basically anything you can imagine from a hardcore spy movie or Cold War level espionage. Being Alfarius is not only an honor, being Alfarius is a requirement. There's a story of someone chasing down an Alpha Legion agent for years upon years, and when they finally catch up with them and they see that the agent is wearing the same face as their pursuer, because this was the plan all along, to kill him and take his spot. We're talking facial reconstruction surgery, we're talking hacking, we're talking political assassination and impersonation, everything. They are Space Marines in name only, because being a strong stoic warrior is not what the Alpha Legion is interested in. In fact, the Alpha Legion is interested in you not even knowing that the Alpha Legion is a thing. I am Alfarius. You are Alfarius. We are
Everyone
all
is Alfarius
in his Lord's glorious army. Thank you everyone so much for...
Okay, so that last legion, they don't sound too intimidating in battle, but I guess in terms of, well, the biological warfare maybe? Sleeper agents? Not too sure still what sleeper agent means. Okay, let me actually Google that real quick. Warhammer sleeper agents. Carry out secret activities, so infiltrating. Okay, there you go. I swear, the AI overview. Okay.
Watching this video, I hope you learned a little something. I hope if you were on the fence about what Space Marines you wanted to field, you would now have a better idea of what you want to
Definitely.
play. Buy my gamer sub shaker.
Buy his
it's
gamer
on
sub.
sale. It's on pre-order.
She kind of
It's
looks like
ready
a
to go.
Sisters of
Just
Battle.
Get it. Just get it. Use code Bricky. It's in the description. Just get it. And a huge thank you to all of my patrons over on patreon.com/Bricky and the members on the YouTube channel. Your names are here. Thank you a ton. You are all very generous. And I need to answer a question. Have you ever attempted to touch grass but end up touching the Destiny 2 loading screen? Yeah.
That's gonna be Path of Exile for me
So
this week. We're gonna start playing that
Obviously, you're a
game.
skater.
Okay, that was a good video on the Space Marine Legions. So there's 20, but then I don't know the exact number of Heretics or Chaos Legions. But I do like the Salamanders, you know, in this grim dark world of 40k. It's nice to know there are people like the Salamanders that exist. I like that. I like the idea of being, you know, a beacon of light, a beacon of hope. I like having or seeing good while there's a lot of darkness. Envisioning me, all that I see, absolute terror. I cannot die. I cannot live. Okay, if you get that reference, you know. Anywho, thank you for watching another Space Marine video with me. I will see you guys around. Bye bye.